Doing out there? Talking Shit Tuesday. That's right, Talking Shit Tuesday, the show that brings you all the news in the Ford modern performance game, Coyote, whatever has happened in the last couple of days. I try to bring it to you on Tuesday. Now, we have been talking a lot about Roush announcing that they basically took up the remaining stock of what were going to be Odin blowers for VMP. They incorporated the twin throttle body design, or they told Magnuson, hey, stick a couple of twin throttle bodies on that Odin. We'll offer it to the 24 Mustang. They'll get some calibration that's similar to Whipple. I'm sure Ed Badillo is doing the calibrating. They just flip a switch for 2 versus 1 throttle body, use the stock cold airs, and then they announce that it made 810 flywheel behind the asshole power and 630 plus pound-feet of torque. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, because today was slated to be announced, the launch edition Roush blower was announced today, Tuesday. Thank you so much, Roush, for announcing it on Talking Shit Tuesday. But VMP on Monday released a video basically saying, my old Odin ain't shit. So we're going to cover some of that. But you know, the nice thing about me is I have a memory like an elephant. Because when the Odin blower first was released, it was the best thing since sliced bread. It was like the best thing ever. It was like, oh my God, this thing is phenomenal. So all I did is I went back in the time machine, aka YouTube, and then I said, wait a minute. I saw some shenanigans, and we'll talk about it today. And all of your questions, comments, and concerns, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly says hello to the people here.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
It always sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? DNA Performance. DNA Performance does not suck. Get all of your parts there. You can even get Whipple kits there. For Innovation Fuel Systems, every new part you can get on the planet. They are the online parts house sponsor for the show. Get part there. Mention the show. Get a discount. Caliber Transmission, CaliberTransmission.com. He's got MT82 D4 kits ready to go. 900 plus horsepower. Input shaft ready to go. Don't forget a T56. Build your MT82. It's way better. LB MD. They're going to help me, clean up some of the tuning on the Corvette. Corvette's driving great. Late model performance. Just came back from a big race. Maybe what? They helped some Camaro guy win some, I don't know, hot race somewhere in Texas. Shout out to them. Late model performance. PMAS. Big Jim to PMAS. Today, we're going to do a giveaway. PMAS giveaway today at 9 o'clock. Whatever you want. With filter, couplers, a cold air. We'll get you hooked up. Partron.com. The best. The only used parts, crank pallets, shells, motors, transmissions, your mother, whatever the fuck is for sale, they got it. MFP of Australia, MFP, Ronnie's on Auto Solution in Puerto Rico, and we got Damian Borrato, he said something funny on his Instagram story. He said that somebody called him, Bellac did, and said, hey, what's the delivery time for these wheels? And they were like, I got them in stock, homie. When do you want them? Bet. They get back to the customer and say, hey, it'll take 4 weeks, but you got to prepay so they can play with their money. Shops ain't shit. We'll say hi to the people out there, and then we'll get to talking about this weird, salty VMP video that I think you guys are going to find kind of funny when you do a little bit of research. Leon Phelps, Clean 92 GT, Nick, Andy Ali, Money 4101, RTR, B. Levesh, Leroy Fox, Jewish Did It, Christian, Duran, Chief Corey, Paul Ponthieu, Mark Christensen, Stuart D, Paul Ponthieu again, amongst a little Verga Larga, EPA, ESS 10-speed, Rizzy, Mark, El Verga Larga again, Diego, Savar Martner, RoboStyle, RPG GT, Joseph Rojas Racing. Is that Rojas like Rojas down in Lake Worth, Rojas? Valley 10-speed, what's up? Good morning, good morning. Did the Camelot Idol cam on you, brother? Donkey Mac, Matt Oliver, JD Swag, Jared, 2 J's and 5 O's, Bryson Wick, Ken Phillips, Omar X, CGM. If it's not chopping like a motherfucker, it ain't shit. Wesley Stewart, Omar X, Scott Franks, Josh Peasant, Jared Whipple, Copperhead Gasket. I love you guys. Brandon B, South Detroit Entertainment, Seagal Performance, Salvador, Joseph, Matt, Destroyer? What the fuck does that mean? Slick, Chuck Stern says, I got into a Facebook discussion with Justin Whipple about Roush Blower, and of course, Justin chimed in, backing his boy. Of course he's going to back his boy. He's going to push Dustin's butt while he fucks everybody else. George Figueroa, Nardi, Paul Ponthieu, Johnny Boy, Kilometers, Wilmer, Kona, Wayne, Murada, Karatepe. So, the last video that VMP put out on Monday stated that the Gen 6 Whipple, which we all thought the Gen 6 Whipple was a better blower than the Gen 5 Whipple. Like, people in the know, people that I know, people that I work with, were like, this doesn't prove the 24 Mustang's better. It proves that the Gen 6 Whipple is better than the Gen 5 Whipple. That's all it proves. So why not stick a Gen 6 Whipple into a Gen 3 Mustang, do the backward testing, and then prove out that the Gen 6 Whipple is better than the Gen 5 Whipple, and then that'll pretty much end that. But luckily, I got verification the other way. So Justin goes out and puts out a video where he basically says the following, and I'm just going to show you the graphs so I don't bore you with the video. They tested an Odin, and the Odin in blue made 667 rear wheel horsepower and 548 pound-feet of torque in a 24 Mustang. They used the Whipple tune, the Whipple inlet. They just slapped on their Odin blower with their twin 69, I think, and it made 667 through an automatic 10-speed 2024 Mustang. Again, please remember that. Automatic 2024, supposedly stock Mustang, no exhaust mods, no nothing, 548 pound-feet of torque. Then they, on the same tune, they pulleyed the Whipple as close as they could to what the boost that the Odin was making. Supposedly, the Odin was making 12.31 pounds of boost, the graph in blue. Then they slapped the the Whipple on, and they put a 3/8 pulley, I think, and it made 12.1 pounds of boost, and it beat it by fucking 50 or 80, I don't know what the fuck. Too much. Like 60 plus horsepower, and torque is up 40. So 40 torque, and I don't know, 40, let's say 20, let's just say a 50 horsepower difference. So I went, that's interesting. So the Gen 6 Whipple 3.0 is bigger and better than the previous Odin. Why would you post that? Like, remember, why would, for years, you've been saying that the Odin is badass. I remember the Whipple versus VMP TVS wars. We were playing that bullshit game, but all of a sudden, because Justin Starkey is now representing Whipple, Whipple is better than an older Odin. And I went, why would he come out with that stuff now? Simple, because the next day, Roush was going to come out with their launch edition twin inlet supercharger for 2024 Mustangs. Almost like a preemptive strike to say, hey, this blower that Roush is going to offer, it's basically an Odin, so don't buy it. The Whipple is better. Because why else would you make that video? You don't offer Odins for 24s, right? Right, VMP? You don't offer Odins for 24 Mustangs. So why put one on there? So that you can talk shit on Roush. Because Roush is claiming 810 behind the butthole horsepower, which is about 720 horsepower, which is what the Whipple makes. And Roush is claiming 630 pound-feet of torque, which is about what the Whipple makes on the 24 if you get some drivetrain loss in there. So, okay, I went, all right, that has to be it, right? Like, that has to be it. VMP is preemptively talking shit on Roush's blower by saying it's basically an Odin with a different case, with a different dual inlet, and, different lid, different dual inlet. It's an Odin, so don't buy it. It's not as good. But I don't know. Roush is saying fucking stock exhaust, 810, 630. So I said to myself, why would they do that? Why would VMP do that? And then I remember I had really good memory. Let's get back in the way back, time ago machine of 10 months ago. VMP Odin Level 2 Supercharger on a 2018 Mustang A10 made on less boost. Look at the graph in blue. On less boost than they tested the 24 on. This is the 24. Look at the graph in blue. 667, 548. On a Gen 3 Mustang, 697, 535. So 697 horsepower at the rear wheel, 535 at 1 pound less of boost because this says 12.31. Let's say half a pound of boost less. It made damn near 30 more rear wheel horsepower. Less torque though, but it made damn near 30 more rear wheel horsepower on an Loki. I'm sorry, whatever the blue one is, which is the low one. Then they pullied it down on pump gas, supposedly, and it made 727, 567. So I said, well, I'm confused. So is the Gen 3 Mustang better than the 24 Mustang? Because according to this graph, on less boost, the Odin made 697 compared to the 24 Mustang of 667. So you see, guys, you got to understand, the information that's starting to get put out there is going to start confusing everybody. How can you go out there and say that your Odin that made 697 on lower boost now somehow on a better, newer, supposedly not a dud car makes 30 less horsepower? It's a hit piece on Roush. And it's a bad hit piece at that. Because you basically proved yourself wrong based on your videos that you have out there. I went, wait. So, okay, is Alex right that it was a dud? Because that would put so many blue check marks next to my name and the shit I've been saying since the beginning. It's not even funny. I can't even start to count the blue check marks y'all gonna have to send to my house for the verification that I've literally just done. The 18 Mustang on a no headers. I'll go if you watch that video. No headers, bone stock Mustang. They claim on the lowest boost setting, it made almost 700 rear wheel horsepower. Now, did you use Octane booster? Did you skew it? Did you play with the timing? I don't fucking know. But if you made the comparison that with the Whipple tune, the Odin made a lot less horsepower than your Odin made on a Gen 3 with your tuning. What are we doing here? So, which one is it? Is the Odin no good after you've been saying it's good? Or is it the Odin design is no good so that people don't buy Roushes? Or is it the Gen 3 Mustang is a better car than the Gen 4 S650 24 and up Mustang? Which one is it? So they got some explaining to do. Because if you pay attention, really pay attention to what people say, they can step on all over themselves. And look, I've been a part of this industry for a little bit, and it sucks. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It sucks. Because imagine you're a dealer. Imagine you're Rami Zaidan, a VMP dealer. And all of a sudden, he is pushing Odin's nonstop, making good power, making 1,000, making this, making that. Then all of a sudden, this hit piece comes out and it says, yeah, they're no good because the Gen 6 blower on a 24 Mustang is better than the Gen 6 Whipple blower on a 24 Mustang is better than my previous Odin. No problem. Full stop. Take your Odin on a 18 to 23 Mustang, put the Gen 6 Whipple on it on the same boost, and run the same test. If the Whipple makes a lot more at the same boost than the Odin does, the only thing it proves, gentlemen, is that the Whipple Supercharger is better than the Gen 5. Not that the 24 Mustang is better, not that the motor's more robust, nothing. It only proves that the Gen 6 rotor pack on the Whipple is better than its predecessor. That's all that test does. But what would happen? It would be you can't trust the test because of who's doing it. So what you're going to have to do, guys, is really do your due diligence and understand what's happening out there. Roush announces on Tuesday they're going to release the launch edition, limited edition, dual inlet design. Then the day before, VMP says, Whipple is better than my old Odin. But 10 months ago, the Odin was making about the same power on the Gen 3 than the Gen 6 Whipple on the Gen 4 Mustang was making. Oh my God, what the hell is going on out there, guys? I don't get it. So what that video proves is this. The Gen 3 Mustang is better than the Gen 4 Mustang. Like, that's all I can deduce from the video. Go, oh, okay, so Odin on the Gen 3 makes 30 more horsepower with less boost than on the 24 Mustang. Thanks for verifying that. Peace. See you later. I'm going to go ahead and buy the Roush launch edition situation. Now, Roush, for their, I know what they're doing. This is what I suspect Roush did. So Roush released some video on YouTube. Let's check that out real quick. Great job. The music, the editing, y'all put some money into this. My will to win has never been stung. So that's a quote from Jack Roush. Good for you, Jack Roush. Good for you. So I think the intended purpose was to have a hit piece. And then with a little bit of verifying and math and some good memory, I'm like, no, y'all just proved that the Gen 3 Mustang is better than the Gen 4 Mustang. Or that the Gen 6 Whipple is better than the Gen 5 Whipple. That's all. So I think what happened is Roush did this. They said, hey, I hear y'all deal went salty with VMP, with Magnuson. How many dual inlet throttle body Odins did you make? And they're like, we made 200. Okay, then what we'll do, right, Nardi Mercado? Damn, all of a sudden, the S650 looks good. Ain't that some shit? So I think they said, you know what, we'll buy the rest of your stock and we'll make it a limited production run. Because if you go on Roush's website, this is a limited release. They will have phase 1 and phase 2 blowers later on down the road. But the launch release, which I think is just a limited front inlet throttle body situation, until they either make their own design, maybe some some tweaks or something, I don't know. Or they just say, we'll just get these out with a red lid, launch edition, make it exclusive. And then once that runs out, we'll go ahead and make the regular phase 1, phase 2s. If you're a Roush fan, you want the launch edition because it's limited production run. You're like, and again, I get it. They probably had to deal with VMP. It didn't go through. There was a bunch on the shelf. They did a bunch of, negotiating back and forth. Good for them. Good for them. So if Roush can actually lay claim to these power numbers and they hold up, you're looking at a 705 real horsepower, high 500 pound-feet of torque, TVS 24 Mustang. Does that prove that the 24 Mustang is better than the 18 to 23? Or that the dual inlet TVS is a little better than the single inlet TVS? I don't know, but I don't think people give a shit. They just want to hear some whining. So we'll get to talking a little shit about that. I think it was a bad attempt at a hit piece because all you had to do is go back in time and see what they talked about that Odin on an 18 Mustang, and it was making 30 or 40 more horse and a lot more power at less boost. So people go, what's the deal? Which one is it? Interesting. And someone says, interesting how there's no smoke as it shifts. Dual throttle body, dual intercoolers. Visit Theo, dropping a like, and I'll catch a replay. Nick Nair, thank you so much. Interesting that the video shows only the dark horse. Correct. Take that, Whipple. Shit my pants. No, Whipple didn't do anything wrong here. I don't think Whipple's like, hey, Justin, go make a hit piece on Roush. If they did, boy, that was a hell of a hit piece. I went, wait a minute. 10 months ago, you were talking about how good it was. And I made almost 700. I remember distinctly going, yeah, 700 Whipple horsepower on almost 12 PSI. That makes sense on any 2650 through an automatic 10-speed. And then all of a sudden it made 660. I'm like, where's the other 30 horse? Is Whipple's tune that soft? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, they did get, everyone noticed, and the general consensus of the reaction to the video was, why are they so salty all of a sudden? Like, when you have to shit on your own product to upsell Whipple, the actual test VMP should have done was the following. A Gen 5 Whipple versus a Gen 6 Whipple. Apples to apples. If you go out there and say, I designed this, I made this, I used to sell this. Here, it made less power than what I'm pushing now. Be that as it may, draw your own conclusions. No, you basically said the Odin is worse than the Gen 6 Whipple. So my question is, let's reverse that. Let's go back to Gen 3, get a 23 Mustang in there, and shove a Gen 5 Whipple on there, and then just shove a Gen 6 Whipple on top and see how much more power it makes on the same boost. If it's up 30 horsepower, then it's not a car thing, it's a blower thing. So I'm really interested to see how the fallout of that is going to be received. Hello. Alex had the vein pop out of his forehead yet? No, not yet. Don't forget, the big puffs out the smoke when they tested the Odin, but the Whipple did not. It smells like some tune differences. So is that true? So let's see that. Supposedly, people are saying that when the TVS was tested, a big bunch of smoke came out the back. And when the Whipple was tested, no smoke came out the back. You know what does that sometimes? Better octane. So this is supposedly the TVS making a hit. Let's look at the exhaust. Let's see how much shit is back there. Let's see how much puffs out. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's detonation. That's bad combustion events. Nothing but bad stuff. Understand this, guys. When you're behind a dyno and you see it puffing like that, it is a bad combustion event. There is nothing else it could be. Unless the cats are... I don't think the cats are on there. Unless the cats are eating themselves. Okay, and then they go through all the trouble of installing the Whipple and make a hit with the Whipple. I can almost guarantee there's not going to be any smoke back there. What a clean combustion. I mean, isn't that some shit? Magically, when the Whipple goes on, the rotors that have coating element 115 on them somehow magically makes the combustion event happy again. Come on. Guys, I don't gotta say it. You have eyes. Trust your gut. Trust your instincts. Trust what you see. You guys know the Amory is educated. The Amory knows exactly what's going on. The Amory does not get fooled. So, be that as it may, draw whatever conclusions you want to draw, but it looks like there's shenanigans happening there. First pull was on 87. Busted. Nice catch, guys. I kind of lost faith in the S650 when I saw I had no real gauges and screen. Nobody cares. I don't trust these guys to tune my car if this is how they sell product. And this is what people need to see, the unintended consequence of an attempted hit piece. It's just a bad look. And people are going to say, I see what you're doing. It's just not a good look. So I don't know if sales are going to go up or down or if ignorance is bliss. But it looks like to me they were preemptively trying to talk shit on Roush's design because it's not Roush's design, Magnuson, and trying to do the negative sell by saying our product is better. By the way, we don't make this product. And the product we used to make sucks, But Alex found the video 10 months ago, it making 30 more horsepower at 0.75 less pounds of boost. What is happening? This is the most ridiculous industry that a dumb Puerto Rican in a 1.1, it's probably like a 0.75, 0.75. Like, I think I sleep on my toilet. and the tank is my pillow. Can debunk a video within like a minute. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they know all the tricks. Alex, what's your guess on the power of a Gen 6 Whipple on a Gen 3? Exactly what the Odin makes. 700 rear wheel horsepower. If you get a Gen 6 Whipple on a Gen 3 Mustang, bone stock everything, 10 PSI in good, sweet 93, high 600s, low 700s, mid 500s pound-feet of torque, the same shit a 2650 makes. Stop it. What's that smell? Sasso, man. Sasso. Maybe no cats in the Whipple pool? I don't know. I don't think they would go that far. That would be egregious. And I don't have anyone there. Joe was the last person I personally knew at VMP. And he left there so he can keep his integrity. You know, he has some integrity in him. Joe he's a real one. And if you know, I have a guess as to why he left, but I can't like verify it. Cat protection off. VMP is falling apart, and his friend might and his friend might leave Justin. What's happening? VMP's falling apart, and his friend might leave Justin. Okay. At the bottom of the dyno sheet on the Whipple, tune says fresh 93. Did you see the bottle of Octane booster in the garbage can vid? Yes, I did. It's not because all their advertising is about money. Dude, I'm not trying to cook them. Okay. If you spend your whole day tuning cars and all of them make the same power, Rami Zaidan is like my Odin go-to. 10 PSI or 11 PSI makes about 700 through an auto, a little more through a manual. Like repeatable. And then when somebody else comes out with a video with the same mods and it makes 40 less horsepower, I question it. So I went, wait a minute, let me look at an old video. Went to their channel, looked at an old video. Oh, there it is. There's the 700, there's the high 600. And then on the 24 Mustang, more boost, it went less power. So is it seeing less timing? So, okay, then that lends itself to more questions. Were the original Odin tests being done with 93 octane and no octane booster? And if that's the case, why is the 24 Mustang down 30 horse with more boost on the same blower? It does not make sense. So when you see that and it doesn't pass the smell test, you got to call it out, because what is my job here? To educate you guys. I don't give a fuck. I don't have a dog in any fight. I don't care about Whipple. I don't care about Roush. I don't care about ESS. I don't care about VMP. But what I do care about is when something I see every day, someone says the total opposite of it, I go, okay, I need to figure that out. And then when they basically debunk themselves in a video, I go, whatever, take that for what you will. I don't care. Rami's like, so who do I call if the VMP blower has issues? Whipple or VMP? Asking for a future customer. Rami, imagine this. Imagine you have been selling VMP blowers in Puerto Rico for all your customers. Mira, cabrón, este VMP está del carajo. Vamos a ponerle un 20%, un 2.4 arriba y vámonos para la pista correr el 8. Full interior. Okay. So then you see this video and your customer go, Rami, mira, cabrón, this motherfucker's saying, hey, good enough performance in the house. Hey, good enough. So can you tell me what you think about the fact that an Odin on 11.8 PSI made 690 wheel on an 18 Mustang, but on a 24 Mustang with 12.2 PSI, it made 30 or 40 less horse? Stock exhaust, supposedly? I know you can't say, you probably got NDAs and non-competes up the ass. But anyway, back to Rami. Let's say a customer goes, hey, I thought VMP was the shit. And you're like, it is the shit. Okay, well, why is he pushing Whipples? I don't know. And now the dealers are stuck in a position of like, fuck, we were upselling the shit out of these things big time. Then he flips on us. Now makes a video basically talking shit on the Odin. Then Alex shows an Odin making almost 700. And then on the 24 makes 660. Like, who the fuck do we believe? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not the one putting that shit out on YouTube. Dante Delgado says, what's up, Alex? Drop it in quick. I don't have much time to catch the lives anymore, so I took the money I'd usually spend on lives a month and subscribed to Patreon. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. Joe's awesome. Y'all should chat once the NCs are expired. Now, see, the nice thing about Joe is he still won't go in there. Joe Goodhue says, you do have to make an assumption for those numbers to be accurate, though. The video has to actually be from the run file that was shown. Multiple could be recorded and not shown. Correct. All we can do, Joe, is go by what we see. And all we could do is assume. And you know what happens when we assume? Make an ass out of you and me. Forgot to say you don't care about the torque storm. I don't care about the torque storm. Screw the torque storm. Wow. That makes us loud. The difference in videos is eating an elote in a hot summer day and not. We are the Amory. We call out the BS because we have non-biased leader that shows us the truth. And people will say he's not telling you the truth. I didn't say anything today except what you saw. One of them made 700 real horsepower basically on less boost, and the 24 Mustang on the same blower, more boost, made less power. We're all confused. But Alex, your show is influential. Catch the replay. I love that. I love the fact that Roush is scheduling their posts Thursdays and Tuesdays. I love that very much. It's simple. The Gen 3 was designed by a man while he was... I'm not... Fuck you, man. That's good. Goodhue says, for full transparency, they could have posted the logs and shown the logs immediately after the poll like you did. The argument of cherry picking could be made otherwise. Right. My ESS, and any video I've done, the GT500, the ESS car, I show air load, timing, IAT, here's the data. It's not super professional, but I'm like, yeah, this is what it's on. This is why I made that power. Let's go run it at the track. Nowadays, it's just product videos with cool little effects and be like, look, it made 40 more horse with less boost or more boost or same boost. But then when you compare it to Gen 3, it's down 30 horse. Doesn't make any sense. Slick Fix 6. That's why I'd rather learn wire myself to a shop than be there and done that. Rami Zaidan said, yeah, I'm in a bad position because it'll make the dealers look bad and create bad water between the shops and customers. I don't know what bad water is, but I guess it cannot be good. But yeah, imagine you are the in-between between the manufacturer and the customer, and you're selling the VMP stuff, hardcore, and then they make a hit piece on its own blower. People say it's not a hit piece on their own blower. Really? Really? Why did you have to make that video at all? Do you offer Odins for 24 Mustangs? I mean, I don't know if I go to the website right now and I type in 24 Mustang blower, I doubt an Odin is going to pop up because I highly doubt Whipple will allow you to run an Odin in. But thanks for proving us right, by the way, that you can run a Whipple tune on anything as long as the throttle body couples to the inlet. They used the Whipple inlets also. So then that lends itself to scrutiny. Are the Whipple inlets not as good at flowing as a VMP 120 Odin on a Gen 3? You opened up such a crazy can of worms, you didn't even realize it. See, the problem is this. I think people don't see the unintended consequence. So, okay, now many more questions. Is the Whipple inlet restricting the Odin? Can you use the Whipple tune with turbos? Oh yeah. Oh God. Oh yes. Oh yes. Just make it all work. I think you can make it happen. Some squiggly marks said, is it okay adding Octane booster with 93? It'll change the outcome to the better. Yes, it'll make a little more power. It'll keep it off of the knock sensor. But in order to take full advantage of your Octane booster or race gas, you need a tune specifically made for the Octane that you're targeting. They're going to have to call their past videos because they're going to have to can all their past videos because of Alex now. They're going to hit those sales pitch talking points. Torque Zone, baby. Roush needs to start sending a check for the free promotion on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't know why they haven't. I don't know why Roush has not literally put me under their umbrella. Probably because I talk too much shit about the main man. VMP is watching this on a Zoom call trying to come up with damage control video. No, they're going to say, well, it's really simple. We just did this in the interest of just comparison. If you don't sell an Odin for a 24 Mustang, what were you trying to do in that video? In my most humble of opinions, you were trying to preemptively do a hit piece on Roush's videos because you're probably a little salty that Magnuson and Roush took the twin inlet design and now are promoting it, and I guarantee they'll be successful. All their kits are going to sell out. All their Roush launch edition kits will sell out. Why? It's a fucking Roush. It's like Shelby, guys. You could take a shit and put stripes on it and a snake, and Shelby guys will fucking buy it. Oh, an official! Finally, an official Shelby piece of shit. How much is it? $39.99. Well, does it come with nuts and corn? Oh, that's extra. If you want nuts and corn on your Shelby piece of shit, that's going to be extra. How much extra? $30. Sold. I want the nuts, corn, stripes, and the snake on my Shelby piece of shit. They're upset Roush is going to outsell them. Their in-house engineers must have ran the test. So I'm walking Tony, right? And I'm going, in-house engineers. So do you have to have an engineering degree in order to say you're an engineer? Do you have to have a MD? You have to be an MD to say you're a doctor? Did you have to graduate from police academy to say that you're an officer or a police officer? Because I'm not going to go out there and start saying my in-house engineers and not one. Where are you? Come on. Is it on the bottom? Oh, come on.
Not one motherfucker
has an engineering degree in there.
Not one motherfucker
is day
to this day.
To this day.
Not one motherfucker has.
Not one motherfucker
has.
Is day. To this day. To this day.
When someone said y'all got in-house engineers. Oh, fuck. What are you talking about? In-house engineers, bro. Come on. Stop. Just stop it. This is the most ridiculous industry I've ever seen. Can Roush get a clapback from the VMP for defaming them? No, because I don't think they did it directly. It was indirect. But what other product is being promoted on a 24 and up Mustang that closely resembles the Odin? Come on, man. Stop it. I'm a floor maintenance technician. I drive a Ford Ranger, so I'm basically a trucker. They already made the Shelby. They called it the 2010 GT500. Funny if Roush gets all the TVS 2650s. Good enough performance says Jake's dream of a twin throttle body TVS is finally coming to fruition. I remember the first thing for trying back in the I remember the thirst for trying that back in the throttle body issue days. Good enough, remember? Joe remembers. I remember. Jake and I were working on, we're working on a dual throttle body design. I literally have the harness on a Gen 1 that allowed both throttle bodies to actuate, and it didn't fail safe. Boy, if a 24 Mustang intake ends up on Donnie. Oh, fuck. Jill Biden tells everyone to call her Dr. Jill Biden, and she's like a teacher with a PhD. We need to get somebody back that ass up. I'm not a VMP Whipple or Roush guy, but their little promo salt made me consider Roush over a VMP. Benito Camesta. So Roush does a very good thing. They never go into the dirt. They stay above it all. And they're not paying me. Look, I wish Roush was cutting the dude a check for like $2,000 a month to talk shit on their behalf, but they're not. I'd love that. Just pay me for the year. Just give me like $12,000 and it covers you for the year. So when you make that correlation as to the salt post, because why else would you do that? Nobody on planet Earth was talking about an Odin on a 2024 GT. Nobody. Y'all don't make it no more. Y'all lost the contract. Y'all push the Whipple stuff. So it's a dead subject. So if you don't have it on the shelves anymore, and they're not coming in from Magnuson anymore, VMP, meaning no new shipments of Odins are coming to your doorstep, why make that comparison unless, and again, if there was like subpoena power, I'd be like, I'd like to subpoena all of your communications. Like, who told you to do that? Who asked you to do that? Was there ever a communication anywhere that said you should put an Odin on a 24 GT so that you can see how much better the Whipple is, so that people considering the Roush don't buy it? It is so interesting. Lund is never going to offer tuning for 3 valves unless he has a Coyote control pack. We do have a guy that has a 3-valve Whipple car who has a Coyote control pack in it and it runs great. Chuck Stern says, Dustin said when I asked how it holds cap protection on E30 at 15 PSI with 55-pound injectors, quote, first, fuel PSI would fall and injector limits hit, which then closes the throttle body. So he didn't answer your question? So he answered your question by answering it. You know, that's actually a good tactic. So this is what you do. When someone, and you want to get good at communicating, when someone asks you a question you don't want to answer, you answer your own question. If someone says, Mr. Trump, what do you feel about abortion? The way I feel is I think babies are great and everyone should have babies. And it's fine. On the abortion rule, look, Biden is a skeleton. He just shit his pants. And I don't shit my pants. And I can golf way better than him. There, he answered the question without answering the question. Jerry 0010 says, Alex, what kind of power do you think a 69mm pulley will make on a Gen 2 2.3 Roush with 1050Xs, returns out fuel system in the 85? Any potential problems you see with that setup? MT82 as well, about 14 or 15 PSI, depending on exhaust, cams, and porting. If you don't have any porting, stock lower. Probably going to make about high 700s or maybe low 800s. Justin Michael says, you need a degree to be considered an engineer, but you need 4 years of additional experience to qualify for a professional engineering license. Without it, you max out at $80,000. Ugh, could you imagine? I'm gonna charge every time you play with my clip. Tell VMP I want to collaborate with them very soon, says P. Diddler. Shelby, 100% facts. And they said this is why we stopped using the Odin. Clown asses. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. Okay, they said that in the video, and this is why we stopped using the Odin, the one that's somehow down 30 horsepower from Gen 3s. And if it's down 30 horsepower from Gen 3s, why is it down 30 horsepower from Gen 3s? It's making it's showing more boost. Interesting. That's a classic politician strategy. He deflected like a motherfucker. Proof. Automotive espionage. We need the shit my pants sound now. Thank you for the 13 level, Squiggly Marks. What the fuck is your name? Let me see. Is Squiggly Marks up here? Can someone like copy paste Squiggly Marks and see if it's like Mike Jones? Shit my pants. I've seen your Odin. Don't like your Odin. Like Odin. Thomas Sanchez running copper head gaskets on his Whipple Gen 3 valve. He's your Lund customer. Calimer Build, Manti Clutch, Daniel Rodriguez. Okay, is the title no? Hey Theo, did you see the president of the Teamsters? Was it the RNC? Who would have ever thought? Not me. I would have never thought that would have happened. VP is like that X that sees you doing better. Roush posted on IG an hour ago showing the tool throttle body blades. Yes, they did. And let's play it for you kiddos because I have that sucker queued up. I have it all queued up. You know how much work it is to get this thing going? At least 5 whole minutes. The problem with that video is some stupid idiot is going to try to do that. It's going to fail safe. But look at that. Again, you could make fun of the fact that it's got blah. If the goal is to keep the 24 Mustang looking like a 24 Mustang, this looks phenomenal under the hood. If that's the goal. A feature of the 24 Mustang is the twin throttle bodies. If this thing makes 690 to 700 and anything north of 570, 580 pound-feet of torque at the rear wheel, It is a contender. It is right there. They do offer a smaller injector, which I'm not a big fan of, but on race gas, Sunoco 260 GT, and you can get a smaller pulley on this bitch and try to monitor your fuel pressure, I think it'll be okay. Now, guys, you got to understand. People go, Alex, but you don't understand. Dustin said this on this forum. VMP did this on that forum. The Crossdresser said this on this forum, and they showed power numbers. So, would you agree that Lund Racing, on the Coyote side of things, probably tunes more cars than anybody else in the Coyote game combined? If you say yes, don't you think those same dealers that we tuned for have installed Whipple kits on 24 Mustangs and have sent us data logs and power numbers? And when I say a 10 PSI or 11 PSI Whipple makes the same fucking power that any Coyote makes at 10 PSI, believe me, because I've seen it. It's not like I'm just blind to it. People are installing Whipples on 24 Mustangs all over the place. And they send us data logs, videos, and DRF files, or at least dyno files. And we go, oh, 705 rebel horsepower? With the big throttle body, the big inlet, stock exhaust? That's what every Coyote makes. And the funny thing is, older Coyotes make that power. Alec, have you heard anything about the 269 Motorsports about send my car for tube front and Team ZK? No, never heard of it. Sorry. Customers that originally bought Odin's hating Justin right now. Exactly. Let's say you're a VMP fan and he brings out that video literally taking a shotgun to his own blower and going, we don't fuck with you no more. I ain't playing with you no more. Then you go outside and look at your Gen 3 California Special that's real pretty, and you gave VMP $15,000 for all the shit, the Stage 8 package and the exhaust, and you're like, wait a minute. Now you guys are shitting on a product I paid you $15,000 for? Labor, the upgrades, and all this shit. That's my dream car outside. Now you're saying that the Whipple Gen 6 that I can't buy for my generation vehicle is better, and that you dumped the Odin that does not go on the 21 Mustang. It's not even offered for it. You're basically shitting on it. So you're shitting on all your customers that bought Odins. Yes. That's the way I look at it. On a dig that TBS is going to whack the Whipple, I think so. But again, it all depends on how the tuning goes. I was just about to say that looks so good under the hood, and being able to use both throttle bodies is awesome, especially for twin turbo setups. Oh, imagine you get a Roush in and you say, hey, JPC, see this piping? Shove turbos through it somehow and make it work. And put a manifold on it, lock the IMRCs open, because there are no IMRCs. You can retain the IAT sensor, keep the IAT sensor in the manifold, and shove about, I don't know, 12 PSI of 64, 66s down the bitch. How do you think that sucker's going to respond with Sunoco 260, C16, or some renegade bullshit? How do you think 64, 66s are going to be like, shh. Here you go. How much do you think it's going to make? 700? Bullshit. That thing is going to blow all blowers out of the water. Twin turbo on a Roush tune. Just here. Do auxiliary injectors just in case it runs out of fuel system. Keep turning up the fucking boost. They said on Instagram, one of their most frequent questions we have received, why did you go Whipple for the 24? Stop it. He better hope that deal with Whipple doesn't fall through. I agree. My Gen 1 makes 703 on 93. Yeah, I know. She's going to pop. I mean, imagine a Gen 1, a dinosaur of a motor with not great cams, not great heads, not great rotating assembly, makes 703 on 93 with about probably 12 PSI. Stop it. Yep, it's crazy because I seen someone complain on Facebook yesterday saying Lund's tune ruined their car. That's hilarious. Alex, how much do you think a 24 tune is worth? Gen 3 guy buys a Gen 4 kit, sells tune, and installs 24 blow on his 23. Opinion on that scheme? I don't care. It just sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit. Mustang OnlyFans says, thank you from Australia. Your videos helped me decide on an ESS G3, making 700 real horsepower, loving every second of it. EPA says Whipple doesn't need VMP. VMP needs Whipple. James says wine sounds good. So basically buy the Roush if you want a turbo in the future. Boom. Exactly. Or twin throttle body centrifugal. It'll be a good time. So yeah, still going to get by Odin Gen 2. I agree. So I was going to say something about that. Okay. So in the ticket system, I've seen the following thing happen. People that buy an ESS G2 are facing the dilemma that I knew all of you guys were going to face. Now you want to make big power. And you're stuck with a G2. So I go, again, now one blower should be sold by ESS, but a G3. So you could give it a G3 and then give them 3 options. G3, G3 with the billet impeller, and the G3R with the better intercooler. That's it. Because now what people are doing is they're buying a G2 because of the price. And then when you call them and go, hey, I want to turn it up and make 800, they're going to say no. Because a 100 millimeter pulley or a 95 millimeter pulley will overspin the cast wheel and it's going to have problems. You got to upgrade head units to a G3. So again, guys, if you're going to listen to this show and buy an ESS, G3X. That's going to be a nice middle ground. You can make up to 900 something real horsepower at full song and on the 85. So you're not going to be left hanging when you want to make more power. Dropping a like. See you tomorrow. Thank you, sir. BJ says, I'm late. I've been on the dyno. Can we start over? I like my G3. Yep, it's addicting. And damn, we got up to 515 watching. So what do you think the fallout will be? Because now Whipple loves this because they're like, like, could you imagine your Whipple right now? And you're like, we got the guy to dump TVS's, not only offer our blower, but now he's making commercials that his blower isn't as good as our blower. Like, what a gold mine. It's like finding a little, what do you call it when you find a little vein of gold when you're digging for gold? A honeysuck or some shit. I used to watch Gold Rush all the time. You can find a little good honey hole. Honey hole, Gold Rush. Yep, honey hole. So what a honey hole. What a honey hole VMP is for Whipple. They're basically doing their bidding without having to do any. Blown away. So again, someone has to install a Gen 6 Whipple 3-liter on a Gen 3 stock Mustang. And if it makes 710, 720, all it proves is that the 24 Mustang is still a dud. It's just that the Gen 6 Whipple made it not a dud. And if Gen 3 to Gen 4, boost for boost, the Gen 3 makes more power, thank you for verifying what I've been saying all along. So Track Attack made 1,000 horsepower with the 2020 ported OEM blower with a throttle body, intercooler, and a lower 20% in my 19 or 20. Okay, so Track Attack made 1,000 horsepower with the 2020 ported OEM blower. 2020 ported OEM blower. So Track Attack made 1,000 horsepower with the 2020 GT500 ported OEM blower with a throttle body, intercooler, and a lower 20% in 19 or 20. Okay. To the 200 haters watching, always. Those watch the most. I have so much fucking property in those guys' heads. Like, I don't spend a dime on people I don't fuck with. I just say they suck, fuck them, their business sucks. They spend money because of shit I say. They'll spend money and like produce things and, you know, buy things to show me how much I suck. I'm like, I haven't spent a dime on you motherfuckers except time. Alex, first time live viewer, been watching your videos. You're awesome and very informative. Thank you, Sig Guy. Appreciate you very much. Whose hole? Glory hole, 200 ditties. Imagine the honey hole. Oh my God. You're going to tell people that your Whipple is better than Odin's? Oh, baby, give me some of that. Oh, man. Yeah, take that. What? You're going to post a dyno video making it less horsepower? Holy shit. I couldn't thought. Yes, the ESS still sells a G3X. You got to choose the impeller, trim, wheel, whatever the fuck from a drop-down menu. Did you get the AC unit in the garage? No, come on. But you know what I did get? A security system. I woke up this morning. I'm walking Tony. I go outside, and I see the Fairmont garage door open about a foot. So that means someone tried to force it open, and it pushed back on them because you can't just force open a garage door. And they must have ran away. and I saw some gloves on the ground. And I'm like, oh, we got ops here? Nice. So I next day aired, actually same day on Amazon Prime, because I'm Prime Day, a security system, a wireless security system, dual camera, 360, 2K, the whole 9 yards. So I already put it up, and I'm literally watching my shit 24/7. So now I had to spend $430 on that whole situation, because they got ops here. People want to get my shit. And I also bought a couple of signs that say, you know, steal here, die here, just to scare them. But now that the cameras are up, I doubt they're going to be doing stupid shit. Time to move? Not really. You got to understand, like, there's bad people everywhere. And if I was going to rob a dude, why would I rob them in a bad neighborhood? Like, a lot of people think that because you move to a good neighborhood that you're less likely to get your shit popped. Bullshit. Nice neighborhoods have the nice cars and the nice things. So the hood motherfuckers go to the nice neighborhoods. They follow you from a night out on the town. Oh shit, that dude got a scat pack. I'm going to follow him. Boom, they ended up in Loxahatchee. They end up in Jupiter, a non-gated community, open. Boom, they pop the dude, get this car, be out of there. Best channel, thank you so much. My mom wants to know what I'm watching now. Some produce things, some just copy other people's idea and throw a shitty name on it. No, couple goons, get out of here. Turvey attempted to steal the welder out of the garage. I've seen in a gangster movie to know not to start the Fairmont without checking for bombs. That's tweaker behavior, exactly. He's probably not people, hopefully not people watching the show. Anybody that walks next to my shit, my phone turns on and says, there's a dude walking around. It identifies it as a human, a cat, a car. It's pretty cool. Can't let you win that bet, okay? Turvey's neck tattoo. Have that, oh, gotcha. See, it says, Turvey's neck tattoo says, I can't let you win that bet. Because I bet that I would run the car before he finished his car. I'm well on my way. I haven't worked on the car for a week because I've been working on a whole bunch of other stuff like Donnie. But now that Donnie's going to be good for a little bit until I get a converter back on the Fairmont, back on the ZR1, da-da-da-da-da. No, it was not the ZR1 garage. It was the Fairmont garage they were trying to get after. It's nothing but tools, like heavy tools. You ain't carrying that out. Good neighborhoods usually leave their doors unlocked. Exactly. Ain't shit to steal in the hood. It's where you'll find all the stolen Hellcats. People are stealing neighbors' cops' hubcaps. No party like Diddy Party. Gotta live in a place where the bus doesn't go. Thieves can't get to your place. Bullshit. I'm not going to tell you the brand cameras because you psychos will probably try to hack into them. Like, you guys are psycho. I'm not going to tell you shit. The last thing I'm going to do is tell you exactly what I got. You want the IP address too? You want that so you can hack into that shit? No, thank you. I'll pass on that. So, a couple other things happened. So, let's talk about fuel pressure. A lot of guys don't really understand how fuel pressure works on these modern Mustangs, especially with stock fuel systems. So my Gen 3 Mustang with the ESS blower on a 110mm pulley started to show fuel pressure drop. All I had was the production file with a booster pump. And with Sunoco 260 and a 110mm pulley at 795 horsepower, fuel pressure started to drop to 40 something. If I would have gone into the fuel pump voltage table area and hacked my way around it, all I'm doing is putting a Band-Aid on it. The fact that the car held fuel pressure wonderfully all the way up until 13 PSI, then it started to go down to 40. That doesn't mean that, oh, you need more voltage. It means I'm out of capacity. And if you're overclocking the pump to make up for it, shit's going to go downhill. All of our booster pump tunes are all set up exactly the same. So that when we see a fuel pressure drop, first question, do you have proper voltage at the fuel pump drive module? Do you have over 14 volts at the fuel pump drive module? If you do, your booster pump is working properly. If you don't, it's not. The tune with a booster pump is not going to make it read less than the 12 volts that it sees without a booster pump plus the booster pump giving it an extra nudge in voltage. So if you're key on and the car running, it sees 14 volts, alternator charging and everything. and a booster pump brings it up to 15.5 or 16, it's working. If it's back at 14 or under that, it's not working. So it's not the tuner's fault. The booster pump is working or not working. So I've sent about 1,000 tunes with booster pumps in this year. And none of them drop fuel pressure. None of them drop fuel pressure. None of them drop fuel pressure. The one that does, I go, is your booster pump working okay? Yes. Then your fuel pump's bad. And you got to replace it. So then they do this. Well, I installed the Deechworks 400. Stop. Full stop. The Deechworks 400 pump with an integrated check valve does not flow better than the stock pump and a booster pump. I have seen so many data logs after people upgrade to a Deechworks 400 with an integrated check valve and fuel pressure drop, fuel pressure drop, fuel pressure drop. So then people will say, well, can you give it more voltage? Listen to me, asshole. It's supposed to flow more than stock. And if it's not, I can give it 30 fucking volts. I can give it 220 volts. If it's not flowing more than stock at the stock voltage, you think by me jacking up the fuel pump voltage table is actually doing you favors? No, I'm putting a Band-Aid over it. Stop it. So stupid. Leo Rodriguez says, I feel, Alex, I got cameras too after someone put coolant in my gas tank. They were so easy to set up, I'm going to get cameras everywhere. I'm putting my front fucking door. Not a Ring camera. This thing is a 360-degree deal. Night vision. Bro, it's badass. Did you remember to use the Cletus discount code at your checkout for your Simply Safe system? Now, speaking of Cletus, because I don't know much about what's going on with this channel because I haven't kept up, but I did see a post that he was a little salty on the FL2K rules. The FL2K rules on the street car side of things does not allow turbo big blocks, right? And he was a little mad about that, I guess. And I went, what are you mad about? What are you mad about? Like, at the end of the day, he makes the rules. Victor makes the rules. You either fuck with them or don't fuck with them. He was mad that a Coyote is allowed there with twin 80s, but not a big block. Well, then are you mad if a K-Series Honda has unlimited turbo size? Like, you can't really go to a class to try to kick puppies when you come in there severely outgunned. If you have a Billy Badass 500 or high 400 cubic inch big block or low 500 cubic inch big block, or hell, high 500 cubic inch big block with twin 80s on the bitch, you are now in extreme class. Why are you trying to kick puppies? Because the Lunds cannot fit that class. The Lunds do not fit street car the way it's configured. The Lunds now fit Extreme 28. So I was just kind of like interested as to like why people get mad when their severely overbuilt car does not get allowed in a certain class and complain about it online. Simple. Don't run it. Don't run it. I don't understand complaining, to be honest with you. Like if I have an issue with a restaurant service or something, I simply don't use them anymore. I have done this so many times where I buy something, was severely disappointed, and I just don't go there anymore or buy the product anymore. I don't get my rocks off by complaining and yelling at somebody. You didn't do me, blah, blah, blah. I want satisfaction. Da, da, da. Shut up. I'm just simply not going to go to your restaurant, place a business, or buy that product ever again. Crazy stuff. Let me look up some trivia real quick so we can give away the PMAS situation. It's going to be Star Trek because if you don't like Star Trek trivia, too fucking bad. So, okay. There was an episode where what's this Riker went somewhere and he got this little eye thing that allowed him to kind of get high. Him and some redheaded chick. They got this little device where they played a game and you got to put these discs in like a little vortex. And it basically was a mind control device. What planet did they get that device from? What planet did they get that device from? I'm going to prioritize the members and people that have won before. Try not to guess because that ends up kind of cluttering everything up. So what planet did Riker get that little device that got everyone addicted to playing this game that eventually led this woman to take over the Enterprise for a little bit? What planet did they get the device from? No, not Earth. The fuck is wrong with you? Fucking guy said, EPA says Earth. Someone said Uranus. Close. You know, that's close enough. Hustler 1, that's close enough. Riza. So he said Rizia, but no one else is even close. Hustler 1, you're not a member, but you're the only one that's even close. Everyone's a Planet Meek, the Moon, Jesus, Planet Snoop. Hustler 1, you win something from PMAS if you even want it, because you seem to have a Corvette on your profile. So I don't think it's gonna be something you give a shit about. Anthony, you're number 2 if Hustler 1 does not want it. So Hustler 1, whatever you want from PMAS, let me know. ydbtforlife@gmail.com. If you don't want anything from PMAS, Anthony was the next in line and said Planet Riza. That was a good one because it wasn't something you can look up easily. It's something you had to remember. I know he didn't spell it properly, but it's good enough. The fact that he said Riza or alone anywhere near it, he's good. So again, Hustler 1, it's yours. ydbtforlife@gmail.com. Hit me up. I might have to make sure your email's not a Hotmail because then it goes to, said pass it. Beautiful. Anthony, you win then. Anthony, hit me up. ydbtforlife@gmail.com, ydbtforlife@gmail.com, and I'll get you in touch with PMAS, and you can get whatever you want for PMAS, whether it's a cold air, whether it's couplers, whether it's filters, whether it's whatever you want, you can get it. So Anthony, who is a Dark Horse member, hit me up. ydbtforlife@gmail.com will get you all situated. So, was it something like Eden? No, it wasn't something like Eden. Park Performer says, late, but better than missing out. Been having to catch replays. How you doing, Alex and Emery? Good. Parker Performance, did you see the video? Because you're a shop. Did you see the video of VMP basically saying that their Odin is worse than the Gen 6 Whipple? And if you did, how did you feel about it? Because I know how someone like Rami felt about it. He was kind of like, what the fuck? Why'd you do that? Like, what led you to do that? And if you're going to sell a product, sell the product. Okay, so has Roush ever sold their product using Whipple as an example? Yes or no? Has E-Force, Edelbrock, ever promoted their product using a competitor as an example? Has ESS ever upsold their product using Vortech and Procharger with as an example? The negative sell. So when I see somebody the negative sell, I think just sell it honestly. Hey, we have a G3X. You can go with a 120 millimeter pulley and live on pump gas anywhere. And if you want to turn it up, you're a pulley and octane away from making 800 plus rear wheel horsepower on the same head unit, and the pulley and belt swap take less than 15 minutes. That's how you sell it. But the fact that now VMP is basically downplaying their own product, which to me is downplaying Roush's product, because now Roush has rights to the Odin case with the dual inlets. It was just odd to see, but I'm not surprised. I need to watch some shows. Trying to win it in the chat. Gotcha. Roush didn't even crap on their 18 blower when it should have right. Imagine Roush tomorrow goes, "Hey guys, how you doing? Oh, how you doing? So I'm gonna tell you something. What? What's this video about? Mr. Roush, it's about your Gen 3 blower that sucked, and we're gonna basically talk about how your launch edition blower is much better." Oh, guys, I knew that. Shit my pants. Cut. Fuck, bro. Stop it. Okay. Vortech in my box asking about ESS Demando. Oh, interesting. Parker Performance. You're saying Vortech is in your inbox asking about ESS demand. I tuned at least 10 by my, I'm one of four. One of us. One of four tuners. I had 10 new ESS G3s tuned today. Imagine Dakota, Brandon Jr., and Nardi does some. Devin might start doing some eventually, but that's serious demand. They were sitting on the Roush before it was even released. That just tells me they're nervous. Right? If you're not worried about the next guy. Okay. I talk about competitors when they talk shit on me. But I don't say we are better than blah, blah, blah without any provocation. Right? Imagine I say, oh, we're better than this tuning company, and that tuning company never said anything about me. No. As a matter of fact, I have told people the following. I want you to get tuned by other people. Please get tuned by other people. Please sample what's out there. And when you have gotten so many times, I'll be right here waiting. I'll be right here waiting like a simp boyfriend going, whatever you want. Sure. Hey, you're still within your revision window, bro. You want to put a JLT piece of shit trash can on there? Go ahead. Here's a tune revision. I got you. We'll be there to pick up the pieces of your life after your butthole has been thoroughly destroyed by the rest of the tuners in the industry. Fuck out of here. Wait, what's wrong with the 2018 Roush blower? Sorry for the ignorance. Oh, brother, you're going to have to do some digging. Is that Roush or Biden fumbling through a debate? I wouldn't expect them to say, I like both of them. Right. I would expect them to say, I like both of them. If I bought an Odin, I would like to be, if I bought an Odin, I would be fuming right now. In 2018, I'd sit my pants up, change his diaper, take 32. I used to be a cop and lived in an apartment in the hood. I looked out for the homies and I could leave my car unlocked and they looked out for my shit. You know what's funny? Mormon Mustang. Okay, people here like me. I'm like the neighborhood car guy. If they need help with a tire change, they come talk to me about the cars. Now I'm gonna be up on edge. I mean, what the fuck you looking at? What are you looking at? Sorry. If people are lifting my garage door up to take a peek at what's going on in there, I'm going to be a little bit on edge. G3 crew, I'm going ESS. I need that F-150 ESS dragging this out on me. Lund Racing Tunes only. Arnie Mikado says, imagine Dustin posting post your setup Wednesday, and I put up a picture of a new Roush Supercharger. That is funny. I know a guy who went through 3 transmissions before he learned. Your product can't be good if you resort to the negative sale as your first move. The first move. And Roush is just going, hey, we're making 810 horsepower, and you should see, oh, fuck that bullshit! I have a more boost! I mean, according to VMP, the Loki / Odin make 700 real horsepower on pump gas through catalytic converters. The same as the Whipple makes. So what are we doing here? That dating stuff is rich, by the way. Cheat codes, exactly. The voice. Oddly specific username, exactly. Excuse me. Do I need all pump gears for Whipple 3.0 Gen 3 10-speed? Not if you're at 10 PSI. Leave it alone. Don't stress it too much, bro. Who the hell wants to send me a message? Why are people just like fucking message requesting me like nonstop? Okay, I'm going to see who's so important that wants to send me a fucking message. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I got to put you on my, okay, I'm going to reply. I know, I'm not going to say who it was, but he's on the show. Added, boom. Here we go. So let me see the video. Are you seeing a big demand for ESS products over Vortech products? How would you compare both kits on performance and price? Anybody out there, I've installed both because I've had both. I've had a V3 Vortech and I've had an ESS G3X. I'm going to tell you my experience. Maybe other shops can tell you their experience. The G3X ESS Supercharger kit has a superiorly designed bracket The bracket is exceptional. It's not good. It's exceptional. It is so easy to install. The reason I did it and videoed it is to see what a dumbass like me could do. And because I can tune it, I have access to the lunch stuff. I installed it and tuned it and drove it in 8 hours by myself. I ain't nobody with stupid ass hand tools. No lift, on the ground. So if people were to say, what do you think about the Vortech product compared to the ESS product? Really simple. Okay, well, can I read this? Person who sent me this, can I read this? Actually, can I read this out loud? Can I read this on show? Read this on show. Thank you so much and I asked for permission because I never want to, do shit out of turn. I definitely look out for people. I try to. Anyway, so the reply, I know you guys might know who it is, but I'm still going to keep it anonymous because it doesn't matter. Let me see. Absolutely. Okay, you ratted yourself out, Parker Performance. Yes, we are seeing an increase in ESS demand, so much so that we've created a kit for customers that we call our 700X kit. The install is super easy. Like my guys can have it done in 3 or 4 hours, including all ancillary items, injectors, booster pumps, IMRC lockout, catch can, and thermostat. Oh my God, Parker. Could you imagine you knock out on a 12-hour day 3 supercharger installs? 3 supercharger installs. And each of those customers can leave the shop with Lund tunes, 10 or 11 PSI, 700 Whipple horsepower cars, Sakawe body. He can install it all. Booster pumps, IMRC lockouts, thermostat. I think it's their G3, G3X head units that have really cemented their demand here lately. At least in our shop. That blower is plenty for 700 Whipple horsepower 93. And we've taken the G3X all the way to 900 plus wheel horsepower so far, with no signs of it slowing down. It's a self-contained head unit, so no oil tab needed. And pretty much everything about their kit seems to be do-it-yourself friendly as well. Pulley changes, belt changes, oil changes, pretty much all of it lends itself to the not-so-educated enthusiast being able to still execute with high output results. I couldn't have said it better myself. What a wonderful way of not promoting, but accurately describing what the ESS is. When you want to make over 800 horsepower on let's say 900, on a Vortech product, what do you got to do? You got to oil feed it. It's either a V7, right, Parker? A V7 JT, JTB, V7. You got to tap, oil feed it. And the bracket is the dumbest engineered thing I've ever seen. And then the intake system, let's talk about the intake system, Vortech. You basically lay a freaking thing across the front of the hood and you make it suck in from the side. So you go from this, then it has a 90-degree bend, and then it goes the whole length of the front of the radiator. ESS has a pipe going in the fender, and it sucks in air from the fender. Not from the engine bay, from the fender. I didn't want to talk negative about Vortech, right? Yeah. With highlighting those items, they can read through the lines. Exactly. No oil feed. Easy bracket. Easy oil change. Easy belt change. Easy pulley change. The ability to go 900 Whipple horsepower, 700 on 93, 900 on the 85 in the fuel system. There's a reason why everyone is buying those up. I'm not promoting them. They're not giving me kickbacks. I wish they were giving me kickbacks. Hey, if ESS wanted to throw some kits down this way to give away, why don't we do that, ESS? You want to promote your shit? Let's give some away on the show. That'd be cool. That's what I want to do. I want to give you guys shit. I don't want it for myself. Why don't you just send me a kit? G3X? Give it away on the show. Boy, what a giveaway that would be. Right, ESS? Is that Sunoco 260 GT okay to sit in your car? I've heard the 85 wasn't good to let sit. Hardly drive the Mustang, but I want to do the race gas only tune. 260 is better to sit than E85 for sure. and minus the false knock issues. Now, hold on. The ESS still has false knock issues on manuals. I don't know if it's the jostling or the fact that it's located off to the side and hanging out a little bit that just kind of makes the right frequency to set off the knock sensors. But they do set off the knock sensors. Every centrifugal does. Supercharger, Vortech, ESS. ESS is less prone to it because of the bracket design. But this is what I do. If it's a manual ESS car, I go do a 2, 3, 4 with Octane booster in it. Octane booster, 2, 3, 4. Knock sensors are about 1 or 2 positive. I tell the customer, I think it's false. If you're okay with it, we'll desensitize and we'll log again with 93. Gets rid of the Octane booster, desensitize. 1, 2, 3. Check plugs. No signs of detonation. Car's not killing any timing. It's just the resonance that the centrifugal makes based on the bracket design, how it's hanging off to the side of the motor, and maybe the jostling on the 1, 2, 2, 3 that transfers resonance to the sensors and it picks it up as knock. So only $500 to install. Not bullshit. Nope, that's not how it works. Because you're good at something does not mean you should charge per hour. You should charge per experience. Again, there's a story that said that there was a ship stuck out at sea. Some old man with a hammer hit it, and it started right up. He charged him like $5,000, and people were like, $5,000? All you did was hit it with a hammer. He said, well, the hammer was this, but knowing where to hit was years of experience. So what you're paying for the quick install is years of experience, and I get to keep that fucking money. We install the Schrader on every Paxton Vortech, and that's significantly better, yet still sucks in comparison. Alex, can you unblock nitrous and bias plies? I didn't. Wait, is he blocked? Hey, Bryson, look up nitrous and bias plies. He says he's blocked. I can't imagine. G3X with a G4 front mount intercooler, La Luz, exactly. He has a hot date. He keeps looking at his watch. No, it's a Google Watch, and the Lunds have a group chat. So instead of me picking up the phone, I can just look over, and when I do this motion, it automatically sends you to the notification. So if it's a text or a Facebook message, I go like this. It automatically reads the message for me. You charge for what you do. You charge for what you know, not more than what you do. Exactly. Switch the Paxton for an ESS. I believe ESS has a Gen 1 kit ready, guys. If the ESS has it, I don't want a Gen 1 kit. I love your ESS. It would be pretty cool, but I think the Roush TVS would be better on that application. We charge $23.50 for the install, which includes all of the ancillary items installed at the same time. That's perfect. That's perfect. Professor, is it worth tuning an S550 with an A10 to help the trans drivability? What the fuck did you just say? So, Tyler, you got to understand there are inherent issues with the 10R80 that tuning cannot fix. There are valve body issues. There's just issues with the drum. There's just issues with the transmission. There have been recalls on these cars. So don't think that you are going to get a tune that fixes a clunk. I had a customer. He said, hey, I came from another company. I had a clunk on the 3.4. I'm hoping your tune can fix it. I'm like, I don't, if it's mechanical. Okay, cool. Here you go. Hey, it's still doing that thing. Okay. It did it on the other guy's tune. It did it on our tune. No one else complains about that issue. Mechanical. Then he goes, oh, no, I re-uploaded the old tune and it's fine now. Okay, got it. Should I go 26-inch for 40 rolls or 315 gears or 28? 28. The Vortech bracket design kills me. I just finished mine and it was a huge pain in the ass. Still wish ESS had the F-150 kit. Me too, Brandon B. I would still have my F-150 if they would have had the fucking F-150 kit. God, I'm so mad at Jake. I'm so mad at ESS because of that. Because guys, you guys go, what's the big deal? It cost me like $20,000. Like $20,000 to have that truck out of my pocket to try to help promote. And nobody came through. So I don't want to fuck with anybody. Y'all giving me money. Anybody that wants me to promote their fucking product, you are giving me money. Fuck that. I've done enough to try to promote money out of pocket shit. Lost money. And then these motherfuckers, oh, sucks. I just don't feel like doing it. What? Nah, fuck that. I'm blocking the dude that consistently riding the competitor. I don't think Nitrous and Bias Plaza was doing that, was he? They do not have a Gen 1 blower, at least not on their site. Off topic, but did you sell the Corvette? If you sell the Corvette, buy a Sling 351. No, if I sell the Corvette, I'm going to buy a fucking Cobra. Fuck a 351. Yeah, the tune won't fix a 10R. Still clunks and flares. Exactly. Parker says, start at your dealership with the 10R80 and get the latest software updates. Start there before custom tuning. Kenny Brown sells an IR swap for the SN9. Who cares? Supposedly, ESS says the Gen 1 and truck kits are held back by the website not work. Okay. Justin Michael says MFP of Australia has a Vortech bracket. I want it. CDF drum was the biggest issue, says Hater Powered, which Ford redesigned and installs now on warranty rebuilds newer gen cars and trucks. The drum causes the seals to get damaged, so Ford put a lip on the drum to solve it. Yeah, look. You can't say that I haven't tried to promote a bunch of people and I put my own hard-earned money that you guys provide, but I actually give you a product to try to help promote. And it's so crazy how people just go, well, I don't feel like doing it. No, that's not how it works. Not how it works, dude. You want me to promote your product, you start giving me fucking money or a bunch of your product to give away and help, because the days of me buying a car, that's why I don't want to buy a 24 Mustang. I don't want to buy anything new from Ford. I think Ford sucks right now. And fucking VMP's proven to me that the Gen 4 is worse than the Gen 3 because it made 30 less horsepower on the same blower with more boost. What the fuck do I know? I called it a dud from the get-go. Everyone says it's not a dud, and all of a sudden the same fucking Odin blower makes 30 less horse with 1 more pound of boost on the Gen 4 than the Gen 3. Ain't that some shit? I haven't heard any Gen 1s having an ESS installed. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, we had one guy, but he did it custom. Thought you were going to sell the Corvette and buy an airplane. Why do y'all ask about this? You can put an ESS on any Coyote engine. You just got to modify the ice thing and the cooler piping. Exactly. They just want a kit. They want something to fit perfectly. The 427 dude says, I email ESS every 3 months. Seems like they're asking when the F-150 kit is coming. They just keep telling me that they won't release it until it's perfect. You ain't done it. Says, do MFP supports reduce the issue with centuries and knock? I don't think so. I think the fact that the centrifugal is just out. See, the PD blowers, E-Force, Whipple, Odin, they're on top of the motor. They're hugging the motor. They're being held down. They're on top. The ESS and everything is out on front and to the side. So it's like a leverage problem. I'm whippling my F-150 and I want like 850 horsepower. Do I need to build my trans? I think at 800 you should be okay, but the fact is that the weight of the truck is going to cause issues quicker than if you were making a lot of horsepower on a lighter car. So eventually it's going to need a midnight trans regardless. The Catboy says, if anyone complains about a $2,300 supercharger install, doesn't need to mod anything. Exactly. Ford sent me a BCM update. I recall. Okay. Ford sent me the BCM update recall. I just ignore it. It works fine. Hater Power says motor's fine though. Hater Power says, now, if I want an S550 kit, I've got a TIG welder. I'll make my own pipes. Oh, and I'll give my PMAS that I won away too. ESS, you want to promote the shit out of your product? I will do this. If ESS sends a blower, G3X, good intercooler, the good shit, I won't give it away until that live stream has 2,000 people watching live. None of this 500 shit, none of this 400 shit. If there's going to be an ESS giveaway, I want the thing to be 2,000. And the moment it hits 2,000, then I give it away. And again, I'm going to give it away whoever answers the question first. Fuck it. Or I could say, to make it fair and random, I can just say after the video uploads, I'll heart the person who wins the blower randomly. Not the first comment, not the first this, not the most likes. That was shit. I'll probably just heart somebody and make it random that way and go from there. Leverage problem? Where have I heard that before? Exactly. New M3 or new GT500? I don't know. I would not buy a BMW just because it's like the new fuckboy car. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. So are the Mustangs. PD blowers are power tops. Sentries sit off to the side in the cuck chair, laughing my ass off. RC Connect says, wait a second. So a third gen MTD2 Ford. Okay, wait a second. So a third gen MTD2 Ford dig racing and occasionally fuck around, find out on the freeway. What would be the best blower setup? I don't hear about that setup. So probably a Whipple. A Whipple. Because it has good top end and it has good dig characteristics. Come on, guys. We can get 2,000 people on here. Not today. I'll start binge watching now. Appreciate the info. I'll definitely get in contact with Len to tune it. It might be a heavy but a 4x4 launch. Exactly. We've got an ESS G3 at the shop for Cody's Gen 1. Got to have a green card. Just have to move ABS and make some piping clearances work. 5,000 watchers. Engage giveaway. I might do that because I got 4. Mark Polotrack says, Alex, do you think the future Coyote swaps will include hybrid axle? The fuck are you talking about? Hybrid axle? F-150? Got to beat the future blue. Do you think the future on the Coyote swaps could include a hybrid axle? Possibly out of an F-1. What the fuck are you doing? Mark. Oh my God, stop it. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here before this guy asks me some other dumb shit. So today we talked about VMP's, I would call it hit piece on their own product. It was like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But I suspect, based on what I know, is it was an attempted hit piece on Roush's new blower because VMP does not offer Magnuson blowers anymore. Roush picked up the slack, took over their stuff, called it the launch edition with the twin throttle body setup. And now, the day before they launch it, VMP just happens to make a video saying that the Odin blower makes, 50 less horse than the Whipple blower, but that same Odin blower on an 18 Mustang made almost 700 rear wheel horsepower with less boost. Like, it was like the most confusing video of all time. I implore you, if you missed the first 30 minutes of the show, go back and watch it. You will not regret it. It is so good because I used their videos against them. And I'm like, well, which is it? Is it good or is it bad? It was just super weird. And I wanted to call some attention on it. I'm out of here. Hey, ESS, if you want to do a giveaway, send a blower over. We'll get 2,000 people watching whenever that happens live. And we'll give away an ESS G3X if you guys are willing to party and make that happen. Because I don't need a G3X right now, but that seems to be the hot blower. So much so that Vortech is sending emails to people. Be like, bro, are people really stressing this ESS? And Parker was like, yes, because it is a badass blower, makes good power, and it's easy to install. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Thursday for YDBT Daily. We'll talk some shit then, hang out. We'll see how everything goes. And we'll see if ESS responds with maybe, some product to give away for the people. Congrats to the guy who won the PMAS shit. Email me. I'll get you squared away. And we'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good one. Bye.